Hello, I'm Mike. I'm Mike Schonwolf. Um, I decided to post YouTube videos on me reading my poetry to get exposure so that people can know who I am and what I'm about and what are my beliefs and stuff. I'm going to read you two poems. One is a poem I just written recently, and the other I wrote about 2 to 3 months ago. I published a book called A Brace of Flowers. I'll post a link up when I upload the video. If you want to buy that, check that out. Has some good poems in there. I've been reading a lot of books lately, and one of them is by Louis Ferdinand Celine called Journey to the End of the Night. Now, I'm going to read you a quote from that book that I found exceptionally profound and profane at the same time. It goes like this. The biggest defeat in every department of life is to forget, especially the things that have done you in, and to die without realizing how far people can go in the way of crumminess. When the grave lies before us, let's not try to be witty. But on the other hand, let's not forget, but to make it our business to record the worst of human viciousness we've seen without changing one word. When that's done, we can curl up our toes and sink into the pit. That's work enough for a lifetime. Now, this poem I wrote about 2 hours ago. It's about the consequences of falling in love with a libertine woman, both in politics and in practice. It's called She Came as a Revolution. She came as a revolution. I fell for her deep and hard. Before I realized she was an illusion, I fell face first on the ground. I was her harem eunuch. A contortion came about in my bowel. A barefoot servant in a burgundy vest with a white moist towel. It was after her orgastic manifold. The orgy was over. My heart was struck dead by the lurid smell of used condoms littered on her sex-starved bed. Her words were already old. I was immersed in utter distaste as I wiped the 16 varieties of semen off her porcelain face. I had become a virile disgrace. Whores need a friend. They'll slyly connive and pretend to love and cherish your kind hand. Yes, these whores desperately need a friend, only to slavishly serve their own ends. She can get any resources she wants by exhibiting her ravaged cunt. A cave without even the slightest sound, while I am a lowly cockroach, scavenging crumbs in tenements underground. She came as a revolution, bringing about grandiose romantic change. The urban harlot rendered me deranged. Before I realized she was just an illusion, I fell face first on the ground. Now, if you like this poem, and the other one I'm going to read you, post your thoughts and comments below the video. I'm eager to hear your feedback on how this poem could be better, or I could improve on it. This next poem is about my close social circle and how recently they've been kind of distant from me because who knows why. And I've been gripping with this realization for about a year and a half. And I decided to write about it. It's called Gaps in Infrastructure. Once there was a towering building coated with Teflon beams looming over a diamond city, a symbol of peace, united, indefatigable to collapse. We were that architectural masterpiece. Laughter was the glue that banded us. Loyalty was our doctrine. Love was our cohesion. Before the wreckage, we were soldiers conscripted against a war of normalcy. Then the wrecking ball came. She was a picturesque model out of a Lane Bryant catalog. Here to destroy what we once canonized through condescension, condemnation, and catechism. The wrecking ball crushed the skyscraper. A metropolitan marvel abdicated into a shanty town. Gaps line the halls where we drink. Gaps line the halls where we love. Gaps ate the hearts we once had. She was a erasure with tsunami eyes, a maven of superficial snobbery. If this is remodeling, then nuclear warfare is global leveraging. With a sly smile she leaves fracture in her wake. Our infrastructure has been perforated with holes of heartbreak. As the beatific tower falls gloriously, I look back, reflecting once was, shedding a tear. I leave the rubble as a chapter of life, in my life that abruptly ended, once buried, could never be mended. Now, if you like any of these poems, go to my notes. You can read them along with the video. And buy my book. Just go to lulu.com and search for A Brace of Flowers. It's pretty cheap, like $15. Thank you. And on the next installment, I'll be reading some of my other poems. Possibly some new ones. Take care. Have a great night. Goodbye.